Hi everybody, I hope you're doing great wherever you are, and I would like to touch upon the topic of how to change your energy vibration in today's video. So basically we'll be talking about what are the obstacles to changing your vibrational frequency, and if you really want to change your vibration, then what are the obstacles, because even if we know how to change our vibration, we won't be able to change it if we are not aware of what are the obstacles that come in the way of changing the vibration. The first important thing to know about changing an energy vibration is an intention and awareness that you really need to change something in your life. That awareness and that motivation is required before you can start making any change in your life. So the first important thing to take note of is identify what you need to change, what kind of vibrational frequency you want to transit from, you want to exit from, and you want to enter into what kind of higher vibrational frequency. And when we talk about changing your energy vibration, it's all related to changing your habits, and habits are not so easy to break. Habits are hard to break. So today we are going to fuse together this habitual change and energetic dimension, and we will try to look into deeper into what we need to do in order to change our energy vibration. And we're going to look at it from these two perspectives: habit formation and habit change, because you're trying to form a habit and then you are also going to change something in your life that you were not doing earlier on. So you're forming a new habit and you are changing something in your life that will allow you to transit into a new habit and transit into a higher vibration. Something that, okay, we talked about identifying and having a need to change first of all. So if you do not identify, it is not easy for you and you are going and living your life in a rut, then it's very important to understand that our human psychology and physiology from the perspective of evolution needs to evolve, it needs to change if we really want to bring betterment in our lives, if we really want to refine our spirits, we want to refine our minds, we want to refine our emotions, we want to refine our communication skills. Everything needs transition, change. Change is the basic law of the universe. So if you're not identifying that you need to bring some changes in your life up till now, it's time to start thinking about it and do something for yourself and really start the journey of loving yourself. If we deeply understand what the self-love means, self-love is all to do with change, a positive change that could help you to connect with your higher potential. And change is not always comfortable, but we can make the change less uncomfortable with the help of right tools and strategies. So habit formation, why habit formation is not easy, we will just talk about that, and it has a scientific reason beneath that. Our brain structure and our brain is made by nature in such a way that there is an area in our brain that is called basal ganglia. So this basal ganglia is in our forebrain, and that is responsible for our habit formation. This is the part of our brain that controls our voluntary motor actions, and also it is responsible for our emotional expression. So habits are formed in this, and it also recognizes the patterns. Our brain is very good at identifying patterns. So when we identify, it identifies a certain pattern. For example, we are doing something repetitively, and an emotion is attached to that pattern. So after a certain period of time, our brain's networks become very hardwired and strong. If that pattern is repeated over the time, the brain identifies it as a pattern, and it believes that it is needed for your safety. So basically, our survival brain, our defense mechanisms, or our survival brain believes that if we are repeating something, that and we are either feeling good about it, or if we were not feeling good, that behavior is saving us from the trouble, then based upon that reward and punishment neurotransmitters that are being released in our bloodstream called dopamine, it is making decisions based upon that we need that behavior, we need that action in our lives to protect ourselves or to feel good about ourselves. So when this is happening multiple times, that part of the brain creates a habitual loop, and the neural networks in that area, they become quite hardwired and strengthened, that after some time your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes decisions about your life, whether it is good or bad for you, that stops working when that habit becomes very hardwired and strong. So that is the key point to understand, that when we repeat certain things again and again and again, the part of the brain called basal ganglia, it creates hardwiring for that particular habit, and our thinking brain goes to sleep about that habit, believing that behavior is needed for our protection. All right. So this thing is important to keep in mind. If you're not able to break free from any habit, you need to create first this awareness about how our brain functions and protects us for our own safety due to its conditioning and multiple activations. It is believed that this action is good for us. So to break free from that action, we have to do something that reverses that action, and that gives to our body and brain the messaging system, activates another messaging system, another loop that tells it that I no longer need this behavior, so I am opting for another behavior in place of this behavior. So how to do that? We can do it only by expanding, first of all, our awareness around a particular behavior that we wish to change in our lives. So once you have identified a certain behavior or a certain habit that you want to include in your life, what can you do? You have to understand 3-step process that creates a habit. The first one is a trigger, that's something in your environment that helps you to create a behavior. So there will be a trigger in the environment, you will respond to that trigger, and based upon whether the trigger is rewarding you or punishing you, you will create a behavior, a response or a reaction. So once you're aware of that, it becomes easier to form a new habit by using the same system in a particular sequence. For example, first step before the trigger is, I will add one fourth additional step that is to be followed before this. That is awareness that I talked about in the beginning of this video. So expanding your awareness is very important when it comes to changing your energy vibration. You really need to identify which areas of your life you're vibrating on low frequency, which areas of your life you're vibrating on higher frequency, and where you want to make the changes. Don't get overwhelmed. Start with one simple step. One change will create a referencing in your brain that will be a stepping stone to create the second chain. So it will create a chain of positive change once you start on that journey. It is similar to when you start acting and behaving healthy, eating healthy, you exercise, your brain will automatically opt and choose because you go into that loop. So where you place your attention, that thing is going to grow in your life. So what can you do to change your energies? Identifying, and to identify you really need to expand your awareness and be true to yourself and be true to your spirit, to your soul, to your heart, and then your mind is going to be in a happy place because you are operating from your heart, and heart always wants the best for you. It is a place of love, and identifying what you love doing and doing from that space is really going to enhance your intuition and help you to make right decisions in your life. So first of all, expand your awareness, identify which area of your life you really need to up your frequency, and then choose one thing that you want to inculcate in your life. For example, you want to, let's start from energy, emotions. I think I would like to go on emotions because emotions are the main reasons of our responding or reactivity and the major cause of stress. Whatever we do in the 3D world, even, it has an emotion attached to it, beneath it. So identify one emotion that you find yourself frequently jumping into, which is not positive, which is causing you a restlessness, which is taking away your peace of mind, which is making you not to love yourself and not love others around you, which is making you angry. I think anger, irritation, discontentment, these are the basic emotions that everybody feels around the day or sometimes. So pick up one emotion that you really want to pluck from your life, transform that into a higher vibrational frequency. All right, take a note of that, write it down, and then we will follow that 3-step system of trigger, creation of a behavior, and reward. All right, trigger, response, and reward. So for that, you need certain tools and techniques. I will be doing a workshop in the coming month on how to raise your vibrational frequency and the practical tools that could allow you to put into practice how to change your vibrational frequency, and what are the low vibrational frequency energies and what are the high vibrational frequency energies when it comes to your emotions and your reactions and responses. So if you would like to sign up for that workshop, I have given the link in the description box below. Just register for that and I will send you the required information if you are interested, and it's going to be very cheap so everybody can afford it, so that this information of good energy could travel to as many people as possible. And you will be getting some premium tools which are quite high priced, that I just want to make it simple, easily available to everybody. So if you would like, the link is in the description box below. So first we identify what is one emotion that vibrates at the lower frequency. For example, anger, discontentment, or you're feeling sadness, whatever you mostly experience, what is your pattern, it is very important to identify that, because everybody operates from that part of the brain, basal ganglia, that identifies patterns. So we are by nature more negative than positive, you know. So I'm sure that once you pay your attention, you will get overwhelmed by the negativity that needs to be. But no, we don't have to get overwhelmed. But if you do get overwhelmed, then just acknowledge it, because that is going to happen if you have not been working on yourself, because naturally we are very negative and we have so much clutter that needs to be erased from our subconscious in order to access our higher potential and start using our potential in a positive way and feel empowered. So after identifying, you just take note of that every day during the day whenever you experience that emotion. So it's like stretching and expanding your awareness around that particular negative emotion that takes away your energy, your precious powerful energy, and puts you in that space of darkness. So why you should take note of that? Because when you will take note of that, You will also identify what are the situations in your life that are acting as trigger to cause that particular emotion in your life. So when you're able to identify the trigger, after a certain period of time, after a few days, your brain that is doing basal ganglia will be able to seek the pattern in that, but this time it is doing more consciously. So it will be able to seek the pattern in that particular situations that happen in your life and how it reacts to those situations. So then you are resorting to a particular behavior, right? So you will be able to identify that this is my behavior, these are my triggers. And now we come to the third step. Third step is reward. That how can you reward yourself so that you form a new neural pathways, new neurons are fired in your brain region and form the new patterns. So that is the time that, because you are more consciously acting now, that you will be making an attempt to pause and become more mindful of your reaction. That one simple step of pausing and paying attention to your reaction from an objective perspective, as if you are standing apart from your reaction and looking at it. Just that one pause and moment has formed a new referencing in your brain, and that is a stepping stone that you could use multiple times on your journey of making as many changes as possible in your life. There are many more tools and many more techniques that you can club together with this simple step. A simple step of identifying, pausing, and becoming mindful and tracking the sensations associated with that mindful space. These 4 steps are really going to put you in a place of power and give your brain a new referencing, a new pathway. And over the time, if you keep on practicing and giving this reward of mindful observation, you are good to go. Your reactivity is going to vanish like a magic. And then you are becoming a magnet for attraction. You have heard about the law of attraction. What it teaches all the techniques, hope, no, this and that. But the advanced programs are going to tell you only this: change your habits. Change your habits. Under the law of cause and effect, if you are not able to change your subconscious negative belief patterns into positive, the law of attraction is also not going to work for you. So if you really want to learn what are the different practical tools that you can apply in your daily life and raise your vibration, change your vibrational frequency, because we really need to make so many changes, but out of habit we don't make changes because we don't have the right tools, we don't have the right techniques, and when we don't have something, it's okay, our brain keeps on working in the same loop. Unless we really go through certain difficult situations of our lives, we don't want to change. We want to stay in the familiar space and enjoy our lives. And COVID is a very good example to tell us that change is the law of the universe. If we won't make changes consciously, COVID-19 and other such things the universe will send and force us to start making changes in our lives. So you won't get affected by things like COVID-19. I don't feel the effect of COVID-19 much when I hear the people talking about it. It doesn't affect me because probably I've been on my journey of making changes for quite some time. And it doesn't affect me that even if I have to stay indoors for long hours, for days, for months, I'm quite fine. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite myself with that. So isn't it good when you can be yourself even in such challenging times? And that is who all of us are. So I hope to see you in the next video. And if you would like to know more about my workshop, you are most welcome to do so by just registering with the help of the link below, and I'll send you more information about it. Thank you so much for listening, And I hope you have a great day. Keep shining bright and stay blessed. Bye bye.